what video games do you feel need to be turned into a movie if done correctly? Lots of video games out there, but if done correctly, what video game would you pick?
Okay. So for me,
You cannot say Resident Evil. You can't say Silent Hill because they did both of those.
Well, I already know that. And I was gonna say those.
Good.
Because I wish they did them correctly.
Okay.
Because I wish they would just crash them and do something different. But I didn't say those ones. But for a movie, for video game to a movie, if they do it like they're doing now for the remake, Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
And you do it in parts, so you can basically get you 4 movies or 5 movies and tell that complete story.
Mm-hmm.
It would be amazing.
Now, animated or live action?
Oh, live action.
Okay.
So you go live action because they kind of have an animated one, but no, they go live action and just go through it, the whole thing with Sephiroth, and just make him the most awesome character, villain ever. Then you'd have one of the greatest video game villains.
Who's playing him then?
Sephiroth's gonna be difficult. I don't even know who you get to. Like that's gonna be a process. You'd almost have to get someone new. And just find someone that could just... Because he doesn't have to talk a lot. Sephiroth's not like... You have to just have that presence. Because I just need that presence when Cloud runs up to him and he's in the fire and he's do something. Oh no? I'm still in the fire, but do something. Didn't think so. And then walks to you standing there in the fire. I'm I need that in movie form because everybody was sitting there he just standing in the fire. Mm-hmm. I'm he literally told him, "You feeling froggy? I'm right here, player."
Okay.
But I need that presence. Cloud. I say Cloud would probably be more important than Sephiroth, but Sephiroth's still important because you just need the presence of Sephiroth.
So, and who's playing Cloud? Who's playing Tifa? Who's playing Barrett?
You can tell you get the rock for Barrett, though.
Who's playing Yuffie? Who's playing Vincent? Who's voicing
Red?
Red. Who's Sid?
That's gonna be a process. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a process. To get Cloud.
Or you could probably get Orlando Bloom to play Sid.
He could. It'd be fun if you actually had the money. Get Johnny Depp to play Vincent.
No, I wouldn't want him to be because he's supposed to be tall.
Sid tall. Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Well, that's why I said Orlando Bloom. He's definitely taller than Johnny Depp.
And then Barrett's huge, so I would say either you go Rock or Batista.
Yeah.
But they're probably Cloud would be. That's the hard one.
Or dude who played Luke Cage.
Yeah. Mike, I can't remember his last name. Yeah, Luke Cage. Yeah, he would work.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cloud's a difficult one. Because he has to be, and even then, both
Cloud and Sephiroth, you basically have to cast pretty boys,
and 2 guys that are also silent and just
Sigmas, silent strong types.
Yeah,
that are willing to go head to head to do.
But they're they come off that they can fight, but they're just kind of just
reluctant.
Leave me alone, dog.
I just want to get my job done, basically.
Yeah, and then Sephiroth's I'm bored with this world. I think everyone should just die.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's why they've only done the animated because live action would be kind of difficult. I think. For me, there is an old video game called Guardian Legend. It was a Nintendo game.
Okay.
I don't even know. I think it's an 80s game, maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but just video game in general. I would like to see that turned into a film. You can literally just take the premise of it and just verbatim turn it into a film because it basically takes place. It's in space. You don't have to do the whole Earth thing. There's multiple planets involved, and basically you are in search of tracking down the Guardian, but you come to find out that you're the Guardian you're looking for.
Yeah.
And then you're the one that's supposed to save the universe from all the different evils, right?
Okay.
And then there's a point in the game where you meet a mystic, and the mystic is well, you found what you're looking for the moment you start your journey. And you as the Guardian, you're reading it and you're are you talking about? And Guardian is like, or the Mystic is like, or Oracle's like, where's your next foe? And he's like, oh, da 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 da. And he's like, that's where your answer will lie. So then like you go and you beat this crazy like beast thing out in space, and then you're like, I'm the Guardian. And then like you go on and like your powers get better, and then like things you battle are like more and more and more. But there's like lots of puzzle and like mystique with it. So it could be done like really well if you just take what's there, right? Also, Chrono Trigger. I would like to see them turn Chrono Trigger into a movie. I think that would be done. You can do it kind of easily, I think, in the sense if you do it like in the spirit of Dungeons and Dragons kind of, but you don't have to have the dragons, just like the rolling type of stuff on there.
I have.
Right? Oh, go ahead.
Castlevania.
They could do. So they have animated movies, which I think are really good. I don't know
Live
how
action.
well live action would do.
I know, that's what horror. That's my bad. That's on me. I just go
I
right
knew-
off the bat.
Because the closest to that they've done is Van Helsing.
Yeah,
And it was-
Yeah, I don't think that.
And I think that's why they've never done Castlevania, because like they.
It's just hard. Yeah, it was hard without that. All that there. Ooh.
Now, to be honest with you, if you get the same, who did Bram Stoker's? Oh, Bram Stoker is the name of it, but who directed that?
It was.
Because I liked Bram Stoker's
Crap,
Dracula.
I can't remember.
If you get that mindset to do a Castlevania style version, I think it could turn out good.
Yeah.
But if you don't do it that way, I don't know, it could turn out pretty crappy. Like Interview with the Vampire, I didn't read the books or whatever, but I heard that it turned out really well. So if you just get someone who's willing to work with the adaptation of that type of stuff, who plays Simon Belmont?
I don't know. That's the thing is getting like who played. That's like close to The Witcher.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I mean, they kind of did a Witcher style. It actually kind of worked like that. If they did Witcher style, yeah. And he would probably want to do as accurately as possible. So
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
It would work out really great. I personally don't cast him in every nerd genre film that he would want to play in, because I know he's going to do a good job.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Heck, I would even ask him, do you have anybody in mind you would want to play this? Because he probably has some friends, some buddies, or people that he would be like, yeah, cast this person, cast that person. I mean, there's so many actors out there, like, I don't even know them all by name. So, I think a lot of them would do a really good job.
What's up? So this one I'm surprised they haven't done.
From a video game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Metroid.
Yeah.
So
Mother
actually-
Brain. Yeah,
Yeah,
they could have done.
it'd be done. I mean, literally,
Especially around the time when they were doing Aliens.
yeah, like
It would've made
it
sense.
would have made sense. Like I'm surprised they haven't done it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's just a mech suit, and then if they did it like the original video game, like when even in the trailers, just keep her in the mech suit the entire time.
Think about that. A James Cameron led Metroid film.
Yeah, but don't ruin it like they did freaking Assassin's Creed and told the plot twist at the beginning.
No. James Cameron doing Metroid.
I get it, but he's like spending the next like 18 years of his life doing Avatar.
No one cares about Avatar.
He's spending the next 20 years of his life doing Avatar, so he's a little busy. But if they say they don't ruin it with the fact that like showing like her get into the suit or something starting off, where it's like, no, you just show the suit and it's a suit the whole time, and then you'd be like,
With like some flashbacks or something here and there.
and then no, because like even the original video game, like they don't take the suit off until the end of the game.
Mm.
So there's even a reveal of the fact that Metroid's even a girl till the
I
end.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so just kind of like, because a lot of people don't know Metroid, they know
Like
the name.
no talking, basically, right?
Like even talking, but maybe have like because it's coming from the suit, so maybe like robotic or have it, you can't really tell the voice.
Yeah. Like the opening scene of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, you can't hear the voice, but
Like, you don't know it's Leia in it. No,
Yeah.
not Leia.
Yeah, you're laying the
That is
thing.
Leia,
Yeah,
yeah.
playing the thing. You don't know
Yeah.
it is, so it's like that voice
no.
comes out.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and then you have that come out, and then like toward the end, like shh, and then like you're like, oh snap! But for people that never seen it, it'd be like, oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
And you just assume that.
That'd be cool.
And you just keep doing
Here
it.
would be an easy one to do. Punch Out.
Like Tyson's Punch Out or just Punch
You
Out?
can't do Punch Out or Mike Tyson's Punch Out anymore because he's older. But I would like to see a Punch Out.
Then who's the boxer at the end?
whoever, anybody. Doesn't even matter.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't.
You're training to fight this guy.
It could be anybody, any made up champion. Doesn't really matter. But I would like to see the story of Punch Out. Little Mike at the gym.
Is he gonna the big fat guy that goes dee, dee?
Yes. I want to see that.
His weak spot is like his body, kid. Hit him in the body.
He's like, you see that Band-Aid on his belly button or Ball Bull, Soda Pop. I want to see them all. I want to see all those characters in there. I want to see them all.
Maybe, I don't know. I just don't. I probably wouldn't.
It'd be a goofy film.
Yeah, it'd be
for sure.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be one of those like
when I was younger as a kid. Yes, I don't know if I.
mean, hell, they made dodgeball, so
you dodge a wrench, you gotta dodge a ball,
which definitely does not make sense in real life. The logic there is greatly missing.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
I guess so.
The ball's no problem.
Oh man.
I'm trying
What else? What other games?
Any other games that I would actually want to? I'm trying to think of anything that I've played that I was just like, oh, it's already been made already.
It's easy to say that there's a lot of like RPG games that you could easily turn into movies, but I just think that they would take too many liberties with changing a lot of stuff.
I mean, cause there's a couple Final Fantasies like between 7, 10.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, between 7, 10.
Almost every RPG game you could easily turn into.
Even 16 that I just played, you could just do all those ones and now you have 6, 7 movies that you could just make out. Another one I'm surprised they haven't done. Zelda
would be good. But I was gonna say, I wouldn't really want them to do this, but I think it could be a good film. Okay. Has Disney characters.
Okay. Oh, talking about Kingdom Hearts.
But
and then you still got Sephiroth. So
yeah, and that's why I said like
you can have a crossover. So you can do that. You can do the Final Fantasy and then cross over.
I think they would mess it up.
Yeah, you can cross over.
But it'd be cool
because you could bring over the Final Fantasy characters. Yeah. And then cross them over into another one.
The Disney ones. Yeah.
Disney ones.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah. It'd be cool. But I don't know if they could. I don't know if they could pull it off. But I would like that to happen because I think it'd be an easy game to make.
Yeah.
Right. So that's me. I think that would be cool. Heck, I would like them to do a good Resident Evil movie.
I mean,
not more.
No. I don't not good. See, good is a problem. I like them to follow the story.
Yeah. There we go. Let me change that. I would like them to do a good interpretation of the source material Resident Evil movie.
When the actual characters from the video game don't show up until their 4th movie that you've made.
Perfect example. Okay, we just talked about this a second ago. Perfect example of them messing up a story that doesn't need to be brought into modern day times and then put into another world. Monster Hunter. Why? Why did you need to take modern soldiers, have them randomly get sucked into another world where they now have to fight monsters?
Well, it
didn't even make any sense.
Well, it's even Assassin's Creed.
The premise of that game was perfect to turn into a film.
Assassin's Creed.
It's perfect. It's perfect to turn into a film, but they did not.
The twist at the end of the game, when you find out that he's in a machine, but they tell you in the trailer that he's in a machine. It just ruins it because you play the whole game and you just think he's looking for this thing. It should have just been him like in this Middle Eastern crusade time assassin. You're looking for this apple, and then toward the end of the game, you wake up in this research facility. Like what? Perfect lead into the second movie and to a second game because you're going, what the hell is going on?
God of War.
Yeah. I mean, God of War is... Well, are you starting from the original or are you starting from...
Starting from the first one.
I don't know if I'd make it to the... Because I feel like the end ones are way better than the original ones.
You updated. The story of them is great.
Yes, but you can do the 2 new ones on PlayStation without even having to know any of that backstory.
True.
And it works why? Because he explains why he's here, and it almost
if you think from a theater or greedy movie studio perspective, you could get 5 movies.
But the only thing is, I feel like the problem I feel like is you got the best 2 at the end, and I feel like you're gonna burn out
people watching it.
People watching it when he's like fighting Zeus and stuff already toward the thing, and then going past
true.
You're gonna burn him out.
Yeah.
And then you get to the actual story between him and his son, which is so much better.
Boy.
Yeah, like him and his son is a so much better story, and it's just like him going, like you already know the fact that you don't know, even if you haven't played it, you just know like he was a destroyer, and he doesn't want to be that anymore.
Yeah.
So you don't even need to see him do it. You just know that.
Okay, so then maybe you start off at 3. Because I like him to start off at 3 where they're fighting Titans.
But then too, now you have to explain why is this regular sized Thor a problem?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the thing too. Is like you got him this massive
because then the whole story why he doesn't want to be a destroyer makes more sense now.
No, because Thor works him.
But only because he doesn't want to be evil or be like go into full Kratos mode. That's why.
So in the game he's because it's the second game, so he's already been Kratos. He's already got his chains back. He's already destroyed a bunch of stuff. Then Thor shows up and was like, "What's up? Kill my son. Let's go handle this." And Thor proceeds to beat the living hell out of him.
You ain't that strong.
So it's hard to see a Titan, like when there's already a Titan like the World Serpent that's there, and he's like, okay, you've killed something that big. Now Thor's out here going, break your little self up, dude. And they're like, damn, you killed him. No, I'm not done with you yet. The man killed him and brought him back to life.
See, and that's the thing. You haven't fight someone on the level of Thor, but he fought Zeus.
But that's what I'm saying. So when you sit there and go through the beginning ones, you're like, how has he not just worked Thor?
That's what I'm saying.
And he has another weapon. So now he has 2 weapons.
So you're basically saying, like, to avoid the issue that follows if you follow the game into this one, you start on that one.
You start on that one because now you're going. He now has an axe and he has his
chain of chaos,
and Thor still works him. So now you're like, why? Like why? Like how? And you just worked his son and other people that have powers in that world, but all of a sudden Thor's an issue. But you've just destroyed tons of other gods.
So then, do you at least give the background about how we became the God of War before?
So they
at the very least.
So in the game they do it. So if you've never played it, like they go through it.
They talk about that.
They talk about it. So they go in and go and like it kind of
that's where he gets the ashes from.
Yeah, and he's like, and like he goes through and he talks.
So then you maybe have a flashback scene of that or whatever.
And even the game, they don't flashback. Like you don't even need it. It's just him way he talks about it.
No, I'm saying if you're gonna show it in a movie, you just have him verbally talk about it, or do you show it in a flashback?
So in the game, he verbally talks about it, but the way he talks about it, because you have the flashback, because he's talking to a character. So he killed her son.
Oh yeah.
And so
what's her face?
Faye.
Yeah.
Faye. And so he's talking to her, and she's talking about the loss of a kid, and like, yo, you don't know it, and he's like, well, I had a god trick me, and I killed them, and he goes, this is like on my body is the ash of them.
Okay.
And she's like, oh, I didn't know. You know, again, like, oh, I didn't know. Like, and now you've been. This is the second game. Like, you've been seeing this whole time. You don't know. Like, he's carrying this on him, and he's not even telling his son all this.
Yeah, he's not talking about it.
So his son doesn't know half. There's a whole like basically like he's almost like this quiet dude that his son sees, but he's a full-on god murderer, and so it's like. He doesn't, in part of the time, he doesn't want to be that person in front of his son.
Yeah. Because he wants his son to pick a different path.
Yeah. And then his son's like, yo, I want to be a hunter too. Let me.
I want to be all powerful. I want to be strong.
And he's like, Dad, how do you get big like you? He goes, you pick up heavy things. You put them down. You pick them up again.
Not lying.
He's like, hey. Like his god powers kick in and he just be strong. It's like, wait, I gotta work out? Like, what do you mean? I'm not just gonna be like, God power kick in. You gotta work.
I just want to be strong for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason. And then even the Evolve of the Sun. Like, I think that story of God of War, like what he did before, almost does not really matter. It matters, but it doesn't. It's not for that story. Mm-hmm. It's not fully important that you know that he fought Zeus and all them.
Okay.
Like, you know, he's Greek and he tells stories of like him being in Greece and what happens and like how his men died and like how other things affect him and how he like, kind of moves on past it.
Okay.
But not necessarily like you need to see him like, oh, how I killed Zeus or I killed these Titans or whatever it is. Like, you don't even know how the fact he goes there. And even when you do okay, you can do something maybe 4 movies where like the first game is broken up in 2 movies and then like the they can still do like either the end of the movie or like after the credits where Thor comes to his door and where he's just like, huh?
Like, zap.
And then the start of the next movie where Thor's just working him.
That could be cool. That could be cool. Norse mythology Thor,
yeah,
not Marvel Thor.
Yeah, it's Thor's mythology. So it's
just to be clear.
So it goes through. So his hammer's a little smaller, but
a little different. Yeah. Okay, that could work. Any other games? Well, we saw what happened when they tried to do World of Warcraft. That was pretty bad.
Yeah. I don't know, in terms of like, I'm just trying to think of games with great stories and like. What was I played? Or Final Fantasy
game with a great story and they still ruined.
Like, I mean, I would say Last of Us, but they're doing it as a TV show already.
Yeah, that'd have been good.
There's really not much. Like, also the ones that are good are done. Or, I mean, here's what they want is to take a bunch of money and they want to just cash grab. They could make it. It's Grand Theft Auto. If you go make a Grand Theft Auto movie that is dollar signs.
Yeah, easily. I don't even know if you really need too many. You don't really need big stars to lead that movie either. I mean, the name itself.
Yeah, and you already have stories, so you just take one of the stories.
To be honest with you, you could probably just cast average. I would do GTA 5 storyline though.
5? I like San Andreas though. San Andreas was good.
I like the 5 one better because of the craziness of the people who are in it.
Yeah, the three of them. Yeah. I mean, 5 is good,
and it would make a dope movie because like you can do that the way you jump around.
Yeah, right? So you could do multiple because you could do 5. You can still do 4. 4 is good. I like San Andreas.
I'm saying you could jump around. You could do saying, what would you use to start the franchise
off? I don't know if I would do 5 first because it's the biggest and most ambitious.
Okay, so then you would start off on San Andreas?
I'd either go San Andreas or I'd go 4. So you either go, Cali and Compton with gangs, or you do the Russian mob.
Okay. Do you skip over?
So either you do
DLC?
So you either do New York or you do LA. It just depends on where do you want to film first.
Okay.
Because those are the 2 ones is New York and LA. So you go, okay, you do one of those ones and you just go from there. And if you could go either one, it doesn't really matter which one you could do.
Which had a better story though?
They both had a good story. I would say 4 probably overall had a better story.
I would say 4 had a better story.
Overall.
Yeah. 4 had a better story. I think you can start on 4, then go 5. Yeah. Because you can cover, if you wanted to do in between, like make a first movie, second movie, and a third movie, you could cover whatever DLC from 4 to 5.
I don't think they really have to do the DLC because there's so much stuff. Like I would say, just
but 4 has a master story already.
Yeah, you just stay with the base stuff on 4, and then
heck, I think there's at least 20 plus hours of dialogue in 4 just alone with that. So I mean that's more than enough for a film. So side quests, cars.
Yeah. What's going on? They just have one moment though. One of them where like. You're driving or something, do something crazy, and they get out. They get out and they answer the phone and they walk away, and the car explodes behind them. It's like GTA.
Would you do Saints Row?
No, I just was a knockoff of GTA.
Yep.
So it's just
I agree. So no Saints Row. Okay. And then what else did you have on the topic one?